Alice Borchardt was a writer of historical fiction, fantasy, horror. She shared a childhood of storytelling in New Orleans with her sister, the novelist Anne Rice, who was 2 years younger, a professional nurse. She also nurtured a profound interest in little-known periods of history. Biography. Alice Allen O'Brien was born in New Orleans on October 6, 1939. She was one of 5 sisters. The father, Howard, a postal worker, helped her apply for her first library card at age 7. "It was the best gift I ever received," Borchardt said in a 1999 interview with the Austin American Statesman. Her mother, Catherine, was a feminist who taught Alice to pursue her career goals. The O'Brien family moved to Richardson, Texas, when Alice was a teenager. She began her nursing career in Houston, where she met and married her husband, Cliff, and lived many years. After a 30-year career as a licensed vocational nurse, Borchardt faced staff reductions at the hospital where she worked. Her sister Anne, who was a successful writer since the mid-30s, encouraged Alice, helped her find an agent, and wrote introductions to several of her books. Borchardt's death late on July 24, 2007, was reported next day by the mystery writer Bill Kreider, a friend. The Houston Chronicle published an obituary 5 days later. In addition to her husband and sister, who lives in Rancho Mirage, Borchardt was survived by sisters Tamara Tinker of Daly City, California, Karen O'Brien and Mickey Jenkins of Dallas, and by 2 nephews, Christopher T. Rice of Los Angeles and Daniel Tinker of Oakland. Literary career. Borchardt was in her mid-50s when the first of her 7 novels, Devoted, was published by Dutton Penguin in 1995. She may be known best for the Legends of the Wolves trilogy about werewolves in medieval Rome, The Orphaned Regine and The Nobleman Manual, both part wolf and part human, contend with bullying chieftains, embattled emperors and supernatural interventions. The last book in the series was published in 2001. Books. Devoted. Beguile. In the 10th-century French town of Chantalon, Bishop Owen and his lady, Hélène, marshal the forces in a desperate struggle against Viking raiders. But when Owen leaves to seek aid from his kinsmen and is captured by Bretons, Hélène is left to defend Chantalon alone. Legends of the Wolves trilogy. The Silver Wolf. An unwilling pawn in the plotting of the Rome of Charlemagne's time, Regine is betrothed by her depraved uncle to an unknown barbarian lord. Unable to refuse lest he betray her as a shape-shifting wolf woman, she is strangely attracted to a dark wolf prowling outside the city gates. Night of the Wolf. Prequel to The Silver Wolf. As the powerful forces of a conquering Rome sweep across ancient Druidic Gaul, an epic battle erupts between the shapeshifter Manuel, a werewolf, and Dries, the powerful druid priestess summoned to destroy him. The Wolf King. This book features Regine and her sworn shapeshifter mate, wolf-turned-man Manuel, in Dark Ages Italy. In a cliffhanger opening, a runaway Saxon slave saves Regine from death in an alpine avalanche. When the two attempt to take refuge in a nearby monastery, they discover a mad abbot under the control of an invading demon spirit, the Bear, who leads a ragtag troop of bandits and monks turned zombies. Although they escape with Manuel's help, the Bear follows, determined to possess a werewolf body and increase its power. Manuel undertakes a mission from Charles to scout the geographical and political landscape ahead of the king's troops, as Charles lays siege to Lombardy and its self-indulgent ruler, Desiderius. In the meantime, Regine's greedy cousin Hugo bargains with the Bear spirit and finds himself caught up in Desiderius's plot to capture Manuel. Fortunately, Regine and the Saxon arrive in time to rescue him. Tales of Guinevere the Dragon Queen. The daughter of a powerful pagan queen, Guinevere grows up under the protection of a druid and the shape-shifting man-wolf Maniel, until the sorcerer Merlin forces her to fulfill her destiny as Arthur's queen. The Raven Warrior. In Dark Age Britain, wild magic and superstitions hold sway. Even now that Guinevere has accepted the power of the Dragon Throne, she faces the threat of the Saxons and must strike first to protect her people. At the same time, Lancelot aka Blackleg, Manuel's wolf-born son, must prove himself as a man and a warrior.